Okay, let's unpack this. So try and picture this. A bustling, kind of dimly lit marketplace. The air's thick with smells, maybe fried ground nuts, and there's this constant murmur from the crowd at night. And right there, in the middle of it all, there's this man. He looks mysterious, his forehead's covered in sacred ash, and he claims he knows your past, your future.
Right, the classic fortune teller setup.
Exactly. He looks at your palm, talks about your problems, marriage, money, all those human tangles. But what if the biggest mystery, the real secret, wasn't in the stars, but actually hidden in his own past?
Ooh, okay. Intriguing.
So today we're doing a deep dive into An Astrologer's Day. It's a short story by the really acclaimed Indian English writer R.K. Narayan.
And for this dive, we've got the story itself, naturally, but also some great biographical info on Narayan, plus critical analysis. So it gives us a few different angles, a really layered understanding.
Yeah, layers are good. We get the story, but also the guy behind it. And that's our mission here, really, to unpack Narayan's masterful storytelling in this piece. Look at the twists, and there were some big ones, and kind of uncover the deeper human stuff that, resonates way beyond the story itself.
So how he builds the world, the character, and that climax, which is, well, unexpected, but also feels very human.
Totally. So let's start with the author, R.K. Narayan. He's like one of the big names in Indian English writing.
Oh, absolutely. Hugely prolific. We're talking 14 novels, 5 volumes of short stories, travel writing, nonfiction. He even wrote a memoir, My Days, back in '75.
Wow.
And he's famous for creating Malgudi, right? This fictional town where all these realistic characters have these often unpredictable things happen to them, all grounded in a very Indian setting.
And his style.
Yeah.
It's described as having this compassionate humanism, celebrating the humor and energy of ordinary life.
Yeah, and he got introduced to American readers back in 1952. His novel, The Guide, actually won him the Sahitya Akademi Award in '61, which is like India's biggest literary prize.
So what was it about his writing? What made it stand out?
Well, the descriptions often point to his humor and unoffending irony, a very specific Indianness, and this simplicity that's just really charming and authentic. He's typically looking at, the quirks in human relationships, the paradoxes you find in everyday Indian life. It's graceful, often funny, but gets at deeper truths without being heavy-handed about it.
Okay, that sets the scene nicely for his approach. So let's dive into the world of our astrologer in this story. He's quite a figure.
He really is.
Starts his day punctually, midday, opens his bag, lays out his stuff, a dozen cowrie shells, this square cloth with obscure mystic charts.
Right, the tools of the trade.
Yeah, a notebook, a bundle of Palmyra writing. Looks like the standard kit, doesn't it?
It does, but it's how he presents himself that's key. His forehead is resplendent with sacred ash and vermilion.
Quite a look.
And his eyes, they're described as having this sharp, abnormal gleam. But then Narayan tells us it was actually just him constantly scanning for customers.
Oh.
But the clients, they saw it as a prophetic light. It really shows you the power of perception,
It really does. And that effect, that prophetic light, it was considerably enhanced by where his eyes were positioned between the painted forehead and dark whiskers, topped off with a saffron turban.
The whole color scheme.
Yeah, the source says this color scheme never failed. It drew people in as bees are attracted to cosmos or dahlia stalks. It's like visual branding, almost.
Totally. It's a masterclass in creating an image. How much do you reckon was the image, and how much was just people wanting to believe?
That's a great question. Narayan seems to suggest it's both. I mean, look at his location under this big tamarind tree in Town Hall Park. Place is buzzing.
Right, a surging crowd, loads of different traders, medicine sellers, magicians, an auctioneer, someone selling fried ground nuts. The energy of the place itself adds to it.
It sounds chaotic in a good way. But here's where it gets really interesting, the lighting, or the lack of it.
Okay.
No proper municipal lights, just this bewildering crisscross of light rays and moving shadows from nearby shops, flares, old bike lamps.
Creates a very specific atmosphere.
And this, crucially, suited the astrologer very well, for the simple reason that he had not in the least intended to be an astrologer when he began life.
Yeah.
That's a huge reveal, isn't it?
It's massive. It reframes everything. He knew no more of what was going to happen to others than he knew what was going to happen to himself next minute.
So it was all an act.
Well, yes and no. His success was down to study, practice, and shrewd guesswork. Narayan even throws in this thought, maybe he deserved his wages because it was as much an honest man's labor as any other.
That's provocative. Is skilled deception a form of honest labor if it, helps people?
It's a tricky question Narayan poses subtly. So if he wasn't psychic, how did he pull it off?
Well, he had this sort of working analysis of mankind's troubles, the big three: marriage, money, and the tangles of human ties.
The usual suspect.
Exactly. And his key tactic, he'd wait. He never opened his mouth till the other had spoken for at least 10 minutes. Let them talk, listened, sized them up.
Smart. Like a therapist, almost.
Kind of. It's basically sophisticated cold reading. Then he'd hit them with these general statements that sounded specific.
Like what?
Things like, in many ways you are not getting the fullest results for your efforts, or most of your troubles are due to your nature. How can you be otherwise with Saturn where he is? You have an impetuous nature and a rough exterior.
Flattering, but also relatable enough.
Totally. And the source points out, this endeared him to their hearts immediately, for even the mildest of us loves to think that he has a forbidding exterior. It's brilliant psychology, playing on vanity and insecurity.
He's definitely a sharp observer of people, almost a philosopher hiding behind the ashen turban.
Right. So now picture the end of the day. The groundnut seller blows out his flare. It gets really dark. Just a little bit of green light left from somewhere. Our guy's packing up.
We need to go home.
Yep. And then a man appears out of the gloom. The astrologer, always looking for one last customer, says, "You look so careworn. It will do you good to sit down for a while and chat with me."
But this isn't just any potential customer, is it?
No. This man, Guru Nayak, he's immediately aggressive. You call yourself an astrologer, and he shoves his palm forward.
Confrontational.
The astrologer's a bit put out, mentions his usual price, like 3 pies a question. But Guru Nayak scoffs, offers an Anna, but says he wants it back with interest if the astrologer's just bluffing.
Raising the stakes.
And our astrologer, maybe sensing a bigger payout or just caught off guard, counters, asks for 5 rupees. Then they haggle down to 8 Annas if he's right.
Or he has to pay double if he's wrong.
Exactly. It's suddenly a high-stakes gamble in the dark park. A real confrontation brewing.
And then comes the turning point.
Yeah. Guru Nayak lights a shroot, a small cigar. And in that brief match flare, the astrologer sees his face. And everything changes. The astrologer felt very uncomfortable. He shivers. His voice shakes. He tries to back out completely. Look, I'm not used to challenges like this. It's late.
Wow. From confident performer to suddenly terrified, what did he see?
We don't know yet, but the shift is dramatic. Guru Nayak, though, he's not letting him go. You can't get out of it now. You drag me in.
Heels him to the bet.
He does. And he demands a specific answer about whatever quest he's on, threatening to take all the astrologer's earnings if he fails. The astrologer's, clearly panicked now but trying to stay in control, insists on getting a full rupee if his answer satisfies the man.
The tension must be incredible. He's trapped by his own game.
Totally trapped.
Yeah.
And then the astrologer starts talking, but not about the future, about the past.
Okay.
He says to Guru Nayak, "You were left for dead." Am I right? Then a knife has passed through you once.
Whoa, how?
Guru Nayak is stunned, confirms it, even shows a scar. Says he would have died if some random passerby hadn't looked into the well he'd been thrown into. It's shockingly accurate, way beyond guesswork.
Okay, this is getting spooky. Is he actually psychic after all?
Oh, that's the question hanging there. Then Guru Nayak, who's clearly burning with revenge, asks the crucial question, when shall I get at him, the man who tried to kill him?
And what does the astrologer say?
He delivers this chilling line, in the next world. He died 4 months ago in a far-off town. You will never see any more of him. And then, the masterstroke. He calls him by his name, Guru Nayak, and Guru Nayak is just taken aback.
He knows his name. How is Narayan doing this without actual magic? It feels so real.
It's the power of coincidence mixed with the astrologer's sudden insight, maybe fueled by panic. He knows the name, which convinces Guru Nayak completely. Then comes the advice.
Right, the advice.
He tells Guru Nayak very urgently, your village is 2 days' journey north. Get the next train, go home, stay home. He warns him there's great danger to your life if you go from home. Tells him to rub sacred ash on his forehead.
Like a protective charm.
Yeah, and never travel southward again, and you will live to be 100.
And Guru Nayak buys all this.
He seems relieved. He actually confesses, I was only going away now and then to look for him, and to choke out his life if I met him.
Ah, so the advice conveniently stops his search.
Exactly. The astrologer confirms the attacker died crushed under a lorry, and Guru Nayak looked gratified. His quest for revenge is satisfied by a lie.
It's incredible dramatic irony. The astrologer's advice isn't for Guru Nayak's safety, it's for his own.
Precisely. So the astrologer finally gets home near midnight. His wife wants to know where he's been, why he's so late. She's thrilled when he gives her the money. 12.5 annas. A good haul.
But something's changed for him, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. After dinner, they're sitting out on the platform outside, and he tells her, "Do you know a great load has gone from me today? I thought I had blood of a man on my hands all these years.
Whoa.
That was the reason why I ran away from home, settled here, and married you. He is alive."
So he was the one who attacked Guru Nayak, left him for dead in the well.
His wife gasps, "You tried to kill him." And he confirms it. "Yes, in our village, when I was a silly youngster. We drunk, gambled, and quarreled badly one day. The whole reason he became this fake astrologer living in fear was this guilt."
And now, because of this completely bizarre, coincidental encounter, the guilt is gone.
The load is lifted. It's just, wow. The irony is so thick.
It really is Narayan at his best. The astrologer knows nothing about the future, right? But he gives perfectly accurate information about Guru Nayak's past because it's his own past, too.
Yeah.
The fake astrologer saves himself literally from the man he nearly killed by telling a lie about the man's death that happens to end the man's vengeful quest.
It's mind-bending.
And Guru Nayak gets closure based on this convenient lie. That load of darkness lifting from the astrologers, it's not just relief, it's kind of profound. It shows how peace can come from weird, unexpected, even deceptive places. It's exactly that unoffending irony and those paradoxes of Indian daily life his writing is known for.
So let's wrap this up. We've seen how Narayan builds this story, where nothing is quite what it seems. Appearances deceive, fate, or maybe just coincidence, takes this wild turn.
Yeah, and one single meeting basically unravels years of hidden guilt and fear. It mixes the everyday grind with something almost mystic, the cleverness with something deeply human.
Our deep dive today, really following Narayan's incredible narrative, it gives you this window into, I guess, human complexity, the weight of the past, and how life can just tangle things up in the most surprising ways.
It really demonstrates how the burdens and secrets we carry, sometimes without even fully realizing it, can shape everything until maybe some random event forces a change.
Yeah, it makes you think, doesn't it? This story, with all its disguises and revelations, how often do we carry around these burdens, these secrets that define our lives? And then maybe they get lifted by something completely unexpected, maybe even deeply ironic. What might that look like for any of us,